Hey, coming to you live from NADA 2026, right from the dealer eProcess booth in the heart of the expo hall floor. How about this NADA?
Oh my gosh, this is so busy.
So busy. I love it.
I know.
Does this woman look familiar? She should. She puts herself out there. She's on CBT News. She's certainly on my webinars. She's everywhere. In fact, last year, I had the privilege of speaking with her at NADA.
In New Orleans. We did, girl.
Man, it was a little sketchy then. It was a little touch and go.
It was a little touch. Do you also remember what happened at Big DEP last year at NADA?
What happened?
What did I take home?
Oh,
yeah. Big day for April Simmons. It was a big day for April Simmons. And she won the raffle for a Louis Vuitton backpack last year. It was epic.
That also was touch and go. I pulled a few names before her name came up, but
it was. I was like, thank you, Simmons. I remember that.
It was so funny. Oh my gosh, this is not educational.
No, it's fun.
And that was so funny because before we went live, I literally I'm sitting there and I'm telling the audience, hey, listen, if you win this thing, I need like a Price is Right kind of thing. Like, yeah.
And I
delivered.
Absolutely. This is how we roll. This is how we roll.
You are so clutch.
This is how we roll.
You are so clutch. I love you.
I'm so happy to be here with you. So tell me about your day. What are you
here to talk about my day? We are here to talk about how she got the color coordinated demo.
I did plan. I actually did plan because I knew we were talking today. So I got to do the DEP blue.
Loves. No, but seriously, I'm so glad you're here at NADA. And we always talk about what's going on the dealership side, but it's a lot of people who are not on the dealership side, and you are.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pick your brain right now so that other dealers can hear, because you have how many rooftops at Horne Auto Group?
14.
14. Okay. So a lot of the times what you do on the marketing side, what do? Do you try something new out and see if it works at one store before you scale it to the rest?
Absolutely. Always. We never, ever, ever just like sign up and say it's everybody. But I usually will do more than one store because we have metro stores, we have rural stores, we have rural stores, and something might work really well in one and not another.
Fair.
So it's never fair. It's kind of like I do my own internal A/B testing.
Okay.
So I'm going to put it into 2 stores. I'm going to see what the results are, because sometimes it can be the people or the process, not the product. So before I make a decision on a product, I need to test out the people and the process.
Got it. Okay. And so when you go shopping for like let's say you recognize that you need some kind of a tool. When you go shopping, do you like go in there armed with a bunch of questions, or do you do research on it first, or do you just like call a trusted person and say, yo, what do you got?
So it used to be that I kind of would, hey, there's, dealers, we get distracted, right? There's so many balls in the air and it's like, there's so many things going on. So last year I did something a little bit different when it came to product and trying to look at new things.
Okay.
I said, what are the 3 most important things, the lowest hanging fruit? If I solve X, it will result in Y, and the biggest ones. And if
the ones that would give you the most profit,
the ones that would help solve the problem the quickest, therefore adding the most profit. And profit could be net. It could be actually saving money. It may not be gaining money, right? It might be about turnover or retention of employees. It could be in any of those veins.
Right.
But what are the 3 most biggest important things? And if you called me and you might have the greatest thing and it might make me more money, but if it wasn't in one of those 3 things, I would politely tell you, I'm sorry, I don't have time. Because part of the issue that dealers have is we have all these balls in the air. You can't possibly go through all the demos and talk to all the people and go through all the onboarding and all of the things of all of the things. So my biggest recommendation, and this was great for me this year, bring it down to the simple. Say, okay, what are the 3 things I really want to solve this year? Be very intentional about it. And then look, first of all, to referrals. So I first go to my trusted sources. So whether it's my 20 group or it's other dealer people that I have a lot of, respect for. Maybe this guy who's, causing trouble over here in the sidelines, right? Like I got
We
guys.
don't talk about him. We don't talk about him.
Dealers making faces over here, right? But these are the people that I look to and say, hey, I've got a problem. Have you solved this problem? And I'm looking for somebody who already solved it.
Right.
Okay, what did you do? How did you solve this thing? Then I'm going to go.
What were the headaches that you encountered? What should I look out for? Okay, but who did you use?
Correct.
Right.
Correct. Because here's the real situation. Salespeople are salespeople. So they're always going to tell me that you can solve my problem. But can you really? And if you waste my time by telling me, yes, you can, and then we go through the onboarding, go through all this headaches, and then you can't, then it's just very, very frustrating waste of time. So I always tell people spend more time in the decision phase, and you'll spend less time in the headache phase down the road.
So at what point do you say, okay, I tried this new thing. I'm trying to solve this one out of my 3 problems that I'm trying to solve, and I'm on my way. Now, I've already asked the person. I did the demo. I hired somebody. When do you consider it a success?
A success happens if I didn't put in a cancellation 90 days later. Right? I mean, ultimately,
I was looking for a nicer answer.
From me, you get 90 days, right? I'd never cancel something but before 90 days. 90 days is like, okay, minimum.
So you give them 90 days
90 days to say,
show the money.
Show me the money, right? Okay. Did you actually do the thing you said you were going to do? And if you didn't, then we're going to have a conversation. Now, we're having conversations both ways. So you're either solving it or you don't solve it, then we're going to have to part ways.
That is fair. That is fair.
I don't wait. Like too many people, like they get pot committed. I chose this thing. I did this thing.
I'm sticking with
it. Like, right. I'm pot committed. I put all my chips in. And so now I'm just going to go for it. And I'm like, no, I mean, if you made a mistake, you made a mistake. Just say, hey, we tried it. It didn't work. Move on.
Okay. That is fair. That is fair. Okay, wait. And I know you've gone through this because you and I, we talk. But like when a vendor tells you, hey, look how good our stuff is working. At what point would you call them out and say, no, these are not net new leads you got me. You're getting me the same leads I got from this other thing that I already had. So basically, I'm paying you and I'm not getting anything new from you. I know you've gone through that. Is that a conversation that you would recommend other dealers to have?
Well, first of all, dealers have to learn that part. And I think that unfortunately dealers are, if you aren't learning something new, meaning you don't know how to look at your own data to actually say that, then we just make decisions based on feelings and not facts, right? Like my friend Brooke Furness would say, right? Facts, not feelings.
Actually,
she is. And she would say that, and it's true. And so dealers will say things like, well, I didn't sell any more cars, so you must cancel. They don't know why they didn't sell more cars. It might be the people or the process. It might not be the product, and you might be canceling the wrong product. It might be that product A that you've had for 2 years actually just took a dump, and this new product is actually shining. So you have to be able to look at your own data for your own best interest, not from that of the vendors, but from your own best interest. So you either need to have yourself go learn it,
right?
Have an April Simmons, or have somebody else that is agnostic to your vendor relationships who can look at your data and say, here's what's working, here's not, and why.
Ironically, that's what Brooke Furness does.
I mean, right?
We do love her. Well, that being said, I do want to say, you gave a masterclass a few months ago on a dealer eProcess webinar with me, and I know it's good when I leave the webinar learning stuff, right? So, and I found it interesting because I'm not in a dealership. I've never been in a dealership, working in a dealership. So if you have not seen, I will tell you right now, run, don't walk to dealereprocess.com/webinars, because you are going to want to see how she interpreted leads. And it was fascinating. And in fact, I have April Simmons coming up on a future webinar is it in March?
February?
Oh, no, it's February 25th.
I miss
yes. Come our NADA. So you are going to want to check that. Again, you can, it's free and she always brings the fire. So you're going to want to see it. It is, this time we're going to be talking about the boogeyman, the GEO.
Yes. 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 And really what dealers can do, the things they can control today to be seen in the LLMs. And I think that there's a lot of misinformation out there. Dealers are actually wandering around in booths right now, signing checks with false promises, right? On if I write you a check and this AI boogeyman stuff, right? Like that it's going to miraculously fix things. And it's really not. It's getting back to a reset of blocking and tackling and controlling what you can control to show up.
Well, it's so funny because you said earlier that, you know, we have, so we're in the dealership and we have so many things that we're looking at. How do you explain to other people in dealerships that maybe it's not the bright, shiny ball, or what questions should you ask? I mean, we're going to be covering all of these things on the webinar later this month. You're not going to want to miss it. Now, it's so funny because GEO is one of those things. And by the way, audience, I know she said LLMs. And if you don't know what that is, that's large language model like ChatGPT or people are still
for perplexity.
People are still learning all the terminology, you know, and yes, we're throwing more acronyms at them. So yeah, we're going to talk about LLMs.
Well, and a fun little thing that people can do just to start to understand the impact and the difference of SEO to GEO. Everyone's got their ChatGPT or whatever, and we're all here with tons of people. So while you're at dinner or you're hanging around, nothing else to do, ask everybody to pull out their phone and put in the exact same thing. Where should I buy a Kia near me, right? Or whatever. Put in a normal,
the exact
same prompt.
Okay.
And see what everyone gets back. And I will tell you, everyone will get a completely different answer. And this is why it's different than SEO and why we've got to start paying attention to it.
I'm not even going to ask you any more questions about it because I want you to come to our free webinar.
And don't buy any fluffy duffy crap while you're here at NADA. Do your research. If you don't know, ask other people questions. Let's make sure you're getting the right solutions for 2026.
Fluffy duffy crap, by the way, you really need to trademark that. That is totally your thing. Okay. I feel like you already answered the question, but I am going to ask you, so it's official, because I ask everyone, last question, is what do you, April Simmons, think that dealers should do to be more successful in 2026?
Slow down to speed up. I think dealers, we get too quick in the minutia of the day. We need to start controlling our day, and that will actually help us to be more proactive versus reactive. And I know that's kind of a sugary way of saying it, but it really, really is. Being more intentional with our time will help us be more successful in 2026.
You heard it from April Simmons herself. Now, people who want to catch up with you have to be here at NADA, I'm guessing.
I mean, most of them are probably here. You can find us on LinkedIn. And I will say for 2026, if you don't understand how the majority of your customers are coming to you in the internet, like Eliana said, go on, check out my webinar. I think it will help anybody out in a learning aspect to understand what those people back there are doing to try to get more customers who you already have, you've already paid for, into your showrooms.
Thank you so much, April Simmons.
Thank you so much.
By the way, are you coming to our party tonight?
Yeah, of course.
There we go. Here's your wristband.
Of course. Gotta get those.
It's tonight, 8:00 at the Industrial. We're very excited. No food, by the way, just drink. We are just throwing a rager. That's
okay.
It.
But it's late enough, so that makes sense. It's like after you should have eaten.
And Dealer eProcess is giving away a Louis Vuitton bag.
Ooh.
I know. You don't know unless you show up.
Well, I
don't pick the winner, so I have no idea.
I know.
I have no idea what's going to happen.
I'm gonna win. I'm just.
If you say that and then you actually win, there's going to be problems.
I did last year.
Are you manifesting?
And do you not know how manifestation works? You have to already believe the thing already happened. That's how it works.
$16 million. $16 million. I don't know why I said 16, but I like the number. Okay. Next up, you heard it. We already talked about her.
We did.
We took her name in vain. She is going to be up next. Brooke Furnace with her facts and feelings. Facts, not feelings. Facts, not feelings.
That's not feelings.
Is going to be up next. And if you want to catch her along, then all you got to do is hop, skip, and jump over here to booth 3901W in the Las Vegas Convention Center, where we are broadcasting live all day long at NADA 2026. For right now, me and April are saying goodbye. Take care. Have a good one.